Hello, a very good evening to all of you. Today we are going to discuss the case now of Mr. Lionel RAMAMURTHY. He's a 63-year-old patient in the medical ward of your care, and you are the charge nurse of that ward. And today's date is 10 February 2019. Let's go ahead. What is the writing task? What we have is using the information in the case notes, write a discharge letter to Ms. Georgine Ponswand, a resident community nurse at Community Retirement Home, 103 Light Street, Newtown. This letter will accompany Mr. RAMAMURTHY back to the retirement home upon his discharge tomorrow. So he is getting discharged tomorrow to the retirement home he was staying, and this letter will be moving ahead with the RAMAMURTHY while he is moving back to his retirement home. The letter will accompany him, and Miss Georgina Ponswand will receive. The resident community nurse will be receiving this letter. As she receives RAMAMURTHY, she is going to read this particular letter. So you know that this is a non-case. Miss Georgine Ponswand knows who is Mr. RAMAMURTHY and what his condition is, what his social background is. So we are not going to say so all these things there. She just need to know. Ms. Ponswand needs to know what exactly happened at the hospital where she transferred Mr. RAMAMURTHY to for the care of pneumonia. So let's go ahead with that. The patient detail is Mr. Lionel RAMAMURTHY. He is admitted to Newtown Public Hospital. He's without, he's alone. He has lost his wife 6 months ago. Now he's an engineer. We don't need all these things now. So he got admitted to the hospital on 4th February. Discharge date is tomorrow. So today is 10th and tomorrow she is getting discharged. Diagnosis is pneumonia. We don't need past medical history, social medical history, medical background is needed. Okay. So let's go with the medical background and medical progress. We need these two paragraphs. The first paragraph, let's go with the medical background. Admitted with pneumonia. He was admitted with pneumonia. It means he had pneumonia and he was transferred to the hospital for the treatment of pneumonia. And at the time of admission, he had SOB, so shortness of breath. That's it. Inspiratory and expiratory wheezing, persistent cough, and chest and abdominal pain. Fever, rigors, sleeplessness, generalized ache. On admission, mobilizing with pickup frame, assist with the activities of daily living. Showering, dressing, etc., very weak, ambulating only short distance with increasing shortness of breath on exertion. So these are the admission details. When he was admitted, he had pneumonia. He had all these symptoms too. Now let's go ahead with the nursing management. Before going ahead with the medical progress, we have to go with the nursing management here. We encourage the oral fluids, proper nutrition, ambulant as per the physio review. Encourage chest physio, deep breathing and coughing exercise. Now let's go with the medical progress. Now he's febrile, inflammatory markers back to normal. slow but independent walk and shower toilet, dry cough, some chest pain, chest and abdominal pain, weight gain 1.5 kg, post review by dietitian. So these three paragraphs are very relevant. Medical background, nursing management, and medical progress. This is what the core of the letter, it should be, the content of the letter should be here. Now assessment, he has got overall good progress. Now discharge plan is, we have medication that's paracetamol if necessary for a pain in the abdomen or chest if is there any. And we need to keep him warm, provide him good nutrition, encourage him fluids, eggs, fruits, vegetables. So diet monitoring is something we can do there. We need to give these instructions to Miss Georgine Ponsford. Let's go ahead and see how the letter will look like. That's on 10 February 2019. That's the date, today's date. If you are not writing this date, you can just write today's date here. Ms. Georgine Ponsford, resident community nurse, community retirement home, 103 Light Street, Newtown. Dear Ms. Ponsford, the surname of Mr. Lionel Ramamurthy, aged 63. I'm writing to update regarding Mr. Lionel Ramamurthy, one of your residents who has been under our care for the treatment of pneumonia. So Mr. Lionel Ramamurthy was one of your residents. I'm writing to update you regarding this patient who has been under our care for the treatment of pneumonia. So he came for the treatment of pneumonia. He requires follow-up care and further management following his discharge tomorrow. So what he requires is follow-up care. He requires follow-up care and further management. So I have written two things here. I'm writing to update the patient's condition, who was under our treatment for pneumonia. Right now, he is ready for discharge tomorrow. He requires your follow-up care and further management. Now, as you are aware, Mr. Ramamurthy was brought to the hospital with definitive symptoms of pneumonia on 4 February 2019. Now, he had pneumonia. He was brought with definitive symptoms on 4 February 2019. At the time of admission, he was febrile, dyspneic, and had prolonged cough, which resulted in chest and abdominal pain. So this was the condition when he was born. As you know, he had definitive symptoms of pneumonia. At our care, Mr. Ramamurthy was engaged with plenty of fluids, and he was reviewed by a dietitian who provided expert advice regarding his weight management and nutritional status. So we have provided him what we provided him is plenty of fluids and proper nutrition. It was reviewed by a dietitian. Okay, this is what we have written there. Now at present, Mr. Murthy's inflammatory markers are back to normal, and he is found to be ambulant according to the physiotherapist review. So as per the physiotherapist review, he is found to be ambulant. His inflammatory markers are back to normal. Now we have to say this is the care that we have given. We have some further care. We have missed something. We have added that thing in this paragraph. What we have missed here is added this in this paragraph. Don't worry, it is there. So what we have done primarily is plenty of fluids, dietitian review, expert advice, all these things. After our care, at present, his inflammatory markers back to normal. He is found to be ambulant according to the physiotherapist review. Even though slow in action, he is able to carry out his personal needs independently. Now, even though it is slow, his action is slow, he is able to carry out his personal needs independently. However, he still experiences dry cough as well as some chest and abdominal pain. Now his condition is stable. He has good prognosis. His inflammatory markers are back to normal. Everything is good. He's ambulating good. He's doing his personal needs independently. But he experiences dry cough as well as some chest pain and abdominal pain. Now what we have missed out here as a care, we have added here. It would be appreciated if you could continue deep breathing and coughing exercise for Mr. Ramamurthy and ensure proper nutrition, including adequate fluids, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Now, we have not added that we have given deep breathing and coughing exercise in the previous paragraph. So we added it here and we said that if you could continue, so we already started. So when we write, if you could continue, it means that we have already started. So we don't need to repeat that in both the paragraphs. So that's why we have to say, because we need to say that it is something vital, which has to be, because it's a follow-up care, we need to continue this thing. So it is very important to say this thing. So I have to say this thing here. And if I say something here, it will be a repetition. That's why I have given it here. So continue deep breathing and coughing exercise for Mr. Ramamurthy and ensure proper nutrition. And this includes adequate fluids, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Kindly keep him warm and advise him sitting position to ensure postural drainage. Of not, paracetamol is the drug of choice in case of any pain. So we have we have managed the size of the paragraph. It's nothing too big or too small. We have managed the size, and we have written the letter in the word range too. And we have said, we have just updated what we have as per the information we have updated Miss Pond's font, the condition of Mr. Ramamurthy, and he came like this. We treated him like this, and his current condition is like this. And it would be appreciated if you could continue the care that we were following. And in addition, you have to give him give focus on these areas and these areas. That's what the letter is. Should you have any further queries, please contact me. Yours sincerely, Charles. Thank you. And that is the end of this particular letter. Have a nice day. Thank you.